All right, guys, let's bring on today's guest, the wonder from down under. No, he's not from down under. That's what rhymed. Everybody, welcome Jason Tyler Blake is behind me. Whoa, all right. Thank you, Mighty Mighty. I appreciate those things that you're doing there. Okay, I'm gonna crop you. Okay. All right. Thank you, Jason. Thank
you, Mike. Thanks for having me. I was just trying to think of something funny I could do. You know, when you first brought me on, I have a wooden flute, so I just figured I'd play the wooden flute for a little bit.
Well, hey, I like the wooden flute. It's not a bad thing.
You do. Bet you
do.
Son
of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Oh my God, Jason, how you doing, man? How you been?
I'm good. The shirt's looking pretty cool. It is getting a little chroma keyed on here.
Yeah, those shirts are dope. Amber, welcome in. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a wonderful lunch experience. I just crammed a turkey wrap down my fat face. So hey, yeah, so we're good to go over here. Yeah, man, those shirts are looking dope. I've been watching your shirt. I've been watching your shirts. Who does that? Who does who has the ability?
We're all doing it here. I mean, Abby is the more precise one, and Abby actually made this shirt with this pattern on it, but we've all been making some really cool, tie-dyes over here, man. Yeah. The Black House, you know.
Yo, I love it though.
Making tie-dyes.
You guys are always doing the hippie stuff, which is
we're so wholesome over here at Casa de Negro. You know,
yeah,
the House of Black.
The House of Black, Castle Black. Yeah, man. It's definitely you're always into something over there. I always appreciate.
I know. I just drank some kombucha that I made, you know. Abby's juicing right now upstairs. We're working on baking our own bread. You ever had like real baked bread, dude? Holy moly.
I have.
I'll tell you what, I feel like I've been like robbed something in my life. Like every convenience that we've had is a skill taken away. You know what I'm saying? Like just like going and buying some fucking bread. It's so terrible compared to just making your own stuff. And that's what I'm learning. You know, you just make your own stuff and it's always seems to taste better. I've been making my own sour cream. What? Really easy to do.
How do you make?
Really easy to do.
How do you
so
do
it's
that?
less waste. It's just heavy cream and some sort of cultured buttermilk or like cultured kefir. So it's a lot less waste. You know, like I basically just make it in the same container, and it ends up being just a little wax container for the buttermilk. That's the waste product of it, or the heavy cream. You know what I mean?
So wait, so you get heavy.
Make
cream?
My own pickles. Because I eat pickles like crazy. I eat sour cream. It's just all you do. I'm gonna tell. Okay.
All right, here it is.
Which followers? This is how you make your own sour cream or cream fraiche. So all you do is you're gonna take one of the, you know, it's a little quart size container of heavy cream. You're gonna put it into just a jar. You can just use an old sour cream container, and then you're gonna make sure it's cultured buttermilk or cultured kefir. Will do the same thing as well. Cultured plain kefir. And then you just put, you know, like a quarter cup, half a cup in that. You put like a paper towel over top of it, or just a towel and then rubber band, and you let it sit room temperature for 24 hours. And then after 24 hours, you just whip it up with a fork, toss it in the refrigerator. Boom, you got sour cream.
Whoa, wait, sense. So it's either kefir or buttermilk with heavy whipping.
Yeah, cultured
buttermilk.
Because it has to, the cultures have to break down the heavy cream to make it thicken. So it has to have that like live culture in it. And that's a very important part of that.
Okay, so it has
to. Dude, it's dank as fuck. Like I'll take just get one of them like packets then, like the French onion packets, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put that in the sour cream, whip it up, and then bam, I got like
ranch.
Homemade fucking. I always tell Abby though, I say, you put the hoe in homemade, babe.
That's very flattering.
That's how wholesome. You put the hoe in wholesome, Mike.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate
There
that
you go.
compliment.
Cream fraiche.
Cream fish.
I just showed how to make sour cream. Super easy, actually.
Morby, welcome in. We're just talking about how to make your own sour cream. That's amazing, actually.
Yeah, we've been going hard like homestead and stuff. Like I know it sounds weird, but pandemic kind of led us towards a pretty weird, not weird path. I guess it's just
No.
I think you realize how quickly the supply chain and everything can be cut off. And now they're talking about food shortages.
Yeah.
Mainstream. The president said yes, there will be food shortages. This is going to happen.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to know how to do certain things just in case. You know what I mean? You can talk about the old timers from the Depression and that kind of thing when they were going through that time frame. You hear, oh, grandma saves her bacon grease. Grandma saves this, grandma uses that. It's because grandma had you didn't have shit, so you got a piece of animal fat, you used every fucking piece of that you could use.
Absolutely. No, we've been talking about that on here because, like we'll have a community member who's like, we got to stop talking and what are we going to do? And I'm just like, yo.
You got to walk the walk and it's hard to do.
It's very hard.
All of our convenience have been handed to us as our whole life. Everything comes from somewhere way far away. We don't even realize it because we just go to the store and we get it. It's just at the store, Well, that shit's coming from clear across the fucking world. Medicine that people need, food that we need to live, it's coming from clear across the other side of the planet. That doesn't seem very sustainable to me, especially when it can be shut down the blink of an eye.
Yeah, which we saw, right? We saw that happen.
It's going to happen again. Here's the thing. It's election year. So, we'll get to like November, when they do the midterm election this year. Primaries will be starting here pretty soon. In the U.S., of course, the U.S., but U.S. politics is worldly political theater. Everybody's like, holy shit, we're like the Jersey Shore of fucking of the world. People love watching this shit. What a fucking train wreck. So entertaining. We're so fucking entertaining.
Yeah, in Germany, I was just seeing that they teach American propaganda in I think in secondary school or high school. I don't know what they call it over there, but they actually teach like American propaganda, and they teach how we've just become this like opulent, wasteful culture that's thinks that we're too cool for school. We've had this whole idea, this American idealism, this where I'm American and this is the best country in the world, and and it's kind of gotten us in some.
It's really weird.
It is.
It's really weird.
I don't think it's a bad thing either. I don't think having love for your country is a bad thing, but I think
I've seen pictures of Fiji. And it looks pretty nice. Like it's hard to imagine me here in the Midwest and not thinking that like, some places I've seen in Costa Rica aren't just better.
Yeah.
And I think maybe they're talking about systematic, but even systematic, everybody's flawed. I think America's like the fucking big bully in the world though. We have the biggest military in the world, the best Navy, the best Air Force. And but at the same time, we've outsourced our everything that we get. But everybody wants our money though. That's the same thing too. Like everybody wants Chinese money. Everybody wants all the money from all the other places because everybody has the money making the world go around. I don't know. Yeah, just rambling it on over here.
That's all right. Morby said, "Well, to us, it was thought through a bit of a critical lens." I'm guessing. I'm not sure what you mean. Is it the America itself, like
for U.S. or for us? Where are you from, Morby?
She's in Germany. I don't think she minds me saying that. So, I'm referencing.
No habla Deutsch, just so you know.
No habla Deutsch.
I don't speak. You don't speak German.
Well, no.
I would love to. I actually was going to learn German once, Mike. I don't know if you're aware of that.
I didn't.
Yeah, I was for my work. They were going to send. I make solar panels, and they were going to send us to the German solar panel factory because they were doing things better than us. Like certain tasks, they were getting better times. You know what I mean? So they were going to send us. So I got they paid for my passport.
Wow.
I got some CDs and shit. I started like in the morning listening to having German conversations.
Wow.
And then the first round of team leaders went over, and the reason that they were doing shit so fast because they weren't following any of the safety regulations or anything. They were just like, they're just getting in. Like these guys were like, they had to put the haz suits on and some of the work that they do in the factory. These guys are like getting down to their underwear and like putting the haz suits on with just underwear on, like getting in while the machines were still powered up. And
wow,
I don't know,
Hey, Kev from
then they were like,
bunker.
basically they were like, screw, we're not sending anybody there. That's the end of the story. Like,
and that was it.
They're like, oh, hey, we're not sending anybody there. So I stopped learning German. That was it.
Yes. What did you learn? Samo, welcome. Good morning.
Fuck, I don't remember. I can like,
I know
the Germans like techno music, right? That's what I learned.
No, they really love. Du hast mich
around the world.
Is that Du hast mich? That's all I know. All the German I know is from Rammstein and from that one song.
I know how to say you hate. You hate me so much. You ever heard the English version of that song?
No.
It doesn't have the same growl. Like the German language has a very like it's got like a pretty aggressive growl to it. Like it's very simple and effective.
Yeah, no, you gotta respect the Germals. Have you heard the Russian cover? No, I haven't.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, we got a big.
Are they Russians or is it Rammstein that sings?
Rammstein.
Rammstein.
I don't know. Wait a second.
Rammstein. Yeah, you ever hear that Rammstein?
They got fire on the stage. God damn it, it's real nice. There's a bunch of flames and shit. It's fucking crazy, man. No, but yeah, to the rest of the world, we just have become like this overweight, opulent country that's who's picking, who's voting in against our own interests. Who's like a democracy that's voting against their own interests. We're eating the worst food. Like we still measure things by inches and feet. Like this is like
what the fuck? Like, have you ever used the metric system? It's so good.
It is,
and it's so easy. Like, what? It's so dumb. Like, it's so dumb. Like Jimmy Carter tried. And I wasn't alive, guys. I'm not that old. Like, I'm not like I remember Carter. I remember when Carter was in office. He was trying to get the metric system, that dummy.
Well,
whatever. It's so easy. 100.
I think he was trying to do the wasn't he also trying to eliminate daylight savings? Because I know,
goodness, so stupid.
Well, you know what, people are apparently they've tried it before, because I don't know if anybody's heard internationally, but here in the States, we're discussing and trying to pass a bill that is a bipartisan appreciated bill, I guess, and it's to eliminate daylight savings time in 2023. And
great.
So apparently they've tried it before, and it was terrible because they said it led to more heart attacks. They said more children were getting hit by cars. Well, because in the morning it'll be super dark until about 8 a.m. And then there was children, when they did try it, children were getting hit by cars or something. Like,
is this the 70s?
I think so.
People still drank and drive.
Right, they were on their way to work with a fucking road soda. Like,
they had a road soda still, smoking a cigarette. Like, they didn't have stop signs for buses or anything. Probably the lights flashed. That was about it.
It has been tried out several times and it wasn't good. So weird. Yeah, no. So yeah, there's been.
Do you know how daylight how it affected me this year, Mike? I'll tell you what happened to me this year. What happened to me because of daylight savings time this year? It was awful. So I work at a factory where every other weekend I work 12 hours a day. But my day ends up being more like 13 hours because I have to drive half an hour there, drive it half an hour back. And actually I have to get there half an hour early. So it's about 13 and a half hour day. Damn. So I get off of work then because I have to work the weekend that it springs forward, which is really great. It's awesome. But then all of a sudden I lose a fucking hour of sleep when I've just worked 13 and a half hours. So now I got to come home. And then all of a sudden, I'm going to tell you something. 4 o'clock in the morning rolls around real quick when it's actually 3 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that shit. Just make a time. Pick one. Go and make it somewhere in between. We'll either gain or lose a half an hour in time.
Yeah, no, I don't know
It's
how it's
awful.
gonna go, but I mean, like, when you think about it, it sounds like it would work out good. One light for one country at a time. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna happen. We're gonna do it big. Um, oh, Germany just had their daylight savings. Yeah, well, I don't know, man. Like, apparently we've tried it before and it didn't work, but I'm willing to try it again. You know what I mean? Because like, I do feel like once it gets dark in the in the fall and the winter, when it's like it's 4 o'clock outside and it's dark and it's like,
I'm gonna be out of the screen for a second.
that's all
You
right.
can still hear me though.
Yeah.
I want to try something with the lighting, Mike. You know how I am.
Okay. Cartagena, how the hell are you? Yeah, no, Cartagena, what do you think? Do you think the daylight savings time is going to be a disaster like it was in the 70s, or do you think it's going to be something special to that we should all revel around and celebrate? Because I don't know, when it's 4 p.m. and it's dark outside, like you especially if you work a morning shift, you get home and you missed all the sunlight. So it's like you get home and it does feel like it enhances that seasonal depression that likes to swoop in every winter, and I feel like it helps that. So I feel like if we had a little extra sunlight in the evening, maybe that would alleviate things. But again, what about the children getting hit by cars walking in the dark?
I'm gonna have to see the data on this, Mike. I gotta see where's the bar graphs. I need a pie chart. I need a pie chart, or I'm not gonna believe this at all. I mean, how much does it happen? I want to see the comparative charts between the two. Okay, this is pre without it, then this is with it. I need to see the comparative data, or
the U.S. tried permanent daylight savings time in the 70s. So this is the
70s. Here we are again. We're talking. You could still drive through a convenience store in the 1970s where they had a drive-through and be like, "Give me a Long Island iced tea, pack of Marlboro Reds. We'll get the Marlboro Reds. Actually, 2 packs. My kids want one too."
The kids need their smokes, folks.
My kids need their morning smokes.
Yeah,
and I need some cigarettes. And then
I don't know what the Washingtonian is, but this is the sun rose at 8:27 on January 7th, 1974.
Oh my God!
Children in the Washington area had left for school in the dark that morning, thanks to the new national experiment during a wrenching energy crisis. Most of the U.S. went to a year-round daylight savings time beginning on January 6th. 1-6. Okay. It was jet black outside when her daughter was supposed to leave for school. Florence Bauer of Springfield told the Washington Post. Some of the children took flashlights with them. The change would benefit...
You know what kids are going to take with them now, though, Mike? They're all going to have their fucking phones with them and be recording everything. Everything's going to be documented if it happens again. Don't worry.
Oh, shit, Sam. Oh, damn, that's fucked up. He said in the words of Ivan Drago, "If they die, they die." We just need to somehow make the sun shine all the time. Yes. Thank you, Morby. Thank you. Solutions. That's what we're here for. The change would benefit Americans in the long run, predicted Steve Grossman of the Department of Transportation. Yes, accidents in the morning darkness may become more common, he said, but longer daylight hours could mean eliminating the hazards of evening commutes, stress, anxiety, and many drivers have had a couple of drinks. What? As he told the Post, outside the Capitol, others vowed defiance. Robert Yost, the mayor of St. Francis, Kansas, said his town council felt it was time to put our foot down and stop this monkey business. Now, as an idea of permanent daylight savings time has gained some political momentum, it's probably worth look back at another period when the U.S. tinkered with the time. Congress had voted on December 14, 1973, to put the U.S. on a daylight savings time for 2 years. President Nixon, so it was Nixon, who signed the bill the next day. Damn Nixon. The U.S. had gone to permanent daylight savings time before during World War II. Then
I am not a crook.
To the measures was
Nixon.
yeah, that was Nixon. Thank you. Then the measure was enacted to save fuel. Permanent DST wasn't close to the wackiest idea about time floating around. Paul Molinak said a geographer who worked at the Pentagon came up with the idea of putting the continental U.S. on a single time zone. I don't know about that, I guess. USA time that would apply to from Bangor to Barstow.
This is USA time now.
I want to see a
Sounds
factual.
very Russian thing to do.
We are USA time, no longer Eastern Standard. Okay, I don't know what accent that was. So
I don't know either.
I'm just trying to find like what the repercussions was. Yo, it's very easy, simple sleeping. Mortals then roll school time back to. It is the school board that's stupid teaching, stupid simple. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so if we were to do something like this, why not make school start maybe around 9 and end it around 3 or 4? So I mean that seems like something that's doable, right? I mean,
Here's the thing: like when it gets winter out, it is the most depressing thing for me when I go to work when it's dark and I get out when it's dark, because I'm at work at 6 a.m. and it's dark, right?
Yep.
And then I get home from work and it's 6 o'clock and it's dark. It's so fucking depressing.
Yeah, no,
I don't see daylight. But for me, it would work. I guess if some kids get hit by cars, some kids got to get hit by cars for my convenience.
Aw.
I know I'm a horrible person.
You are.
I'm just talking shit. Just so you guys are all aware out there, I don't mean any of this stuff. I'm just trying to be funny.
Jason is very pro kid.
Well, I'm very also pro comedy as well.
Yes.
Just joking around. I actually did not know, Mike, that I've been writing stand-up comedy.
Oh yeah. What? Tell us a joke.
That's the thing is like, tell us a joke, because it's not a joke. It's all like, anecdotal and observational. Just stories and and within the story, like the story is the punchline. You know what I mean? Like the delivery and the But so just so everybody knows, like I say things, but I am just kind of just doing it for your entertainment, folks. If I say anything too dumb before we start talking about Will Smith here.
Well, speaking of
of comedians and Chris Rock.
Yeah, comedians.
Like I tell you what, like I would like to fucking slap Chris Rock too. Just like he's funny as fuck though. Like Chris Rock is fucking terrific at what he does as a comedian,
Yeah.
But like sometimes it's just like it's like too much. It's like shut the fuck up, Chris. Like
yeah,
that's part of his shtick. His shtick is being like that obnoxious, like, what are you gonna do? I'm Chris Rock. Like,
well, I'm
fuck these motherfuckers.
Well, I mean, he said some risque things over time, and I've saw some mixed reports of this, and of course, if anybody doesn't know, which I don't know how you don't, Will Smith smacks Chris Rock in the face at the 2022 Oscars after Rock jokes about Jada Pinkett's hair.
I think that is a little tasteless, like going after her alopecia, right? She has alopecia.
It's alopecia. Right? It's not fucking cancer, okay? It's a fucking. It's not like she's gonna die of alopecia, okay? I'm sorry, but
again, we're going back to why the U.S. is so fucking entertaining. Look at this shit. Like, listen, I don't know how to feel about this. I'm gonna be honest. Like, there's a couple takes that it makes me feel different ways. And one way, it's like, fuck yeah, Will Smith, that motherfucker. Fuck Chris Rock. Like, that motherfucker don't need to be coming at you. He knows what the fuck you've been through. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like he knows what you've been through. Like, when you're gonna sit up here and just fuck with me, you know what I mean?
Right. Well,
but they did put him up front and center. This is why the Oscars and shit are stupid anyway.
Yeah, so no one was watching it, and this is probably the only thing that's drawing attention to the Oscars. Honestly, like, look at it. We gotta actually see the slap.
Listen. I watched it a couple times in like slow mo, and he does get him. He does get him a little bit. Oh, you know what I mean?
Oh, he gets him good, bro. Like, he's that good though.
Like Chris definitely like got a dodge in. You know what I mean? Like he lessened the impact.
He has a chin on him. He has a chin on him. I'll tell you that. No, okay.
I just don't think that was like he didn't connect well because of the angle that Chris Rock's coming from. You know what I mean?
Let's watch this. Let's give it a look.
Can we get some volume on it? The whole speech.
Oh yeah.
Whoa! This is the moment that stole the Oscars.
Yeah.
Not the first time it happened.
Joined him
You got the whole speech.
as network
leading up
delays.
to it?
I did. I had
Because he's talking a little bit. Where's the part? I want to hear what he said. I
yeah,
want to
yeah,
see.
yeah.
I don't want to see it out of context.
Yeah,
I
I
want
know.
to.
This
Let's
is
watch
just-
the whole thing. What was that?
What, me go?
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Look, he's laughing and she is not happy. So let's go back and watch that again. Hold on.
2, can't wait to see it.
So this is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
shitty joke. So first of all, this is not even a good joke in my opinion. It's
No,
not
it's
even
not
that
that good.
funny. I mean, I say take shots at Jada Smith
Who
because
was in G.I. Jane 1? Wasn't it
Demi Moore.
Demi Moore.
Demi.
Okay.
Demi.
Okay.
Oh shit. Okay, the chat's blowing up. Yo, it's very easy, simple, sleepy. Okay, hold on. The fine art of Seinfeld. Everybody thinks that telling jokes are like one-liners. Chris Rock's next special gonna be 3-hour roast of Will Smith and Jada Jones. I hope so. I mean, if you're in the front row, you're gonna get effing roasted. Not to victim blame. Oh, well, thank you, Morby.
I'd like to see a boxing match.
and he
between
laughed
Will
at
Smith.
first.
I'd like to see them two. I'd like to see them two box it out.
Will
now.
Smith fucking learned some shit from Ali. That's for sure.
Yeah, he'd fuck up Chris Rock.
But Will Smith is a habitual slapper at the most manliest thing you should do. I guess that's his way of challenging him to a duel. Okay. I think my favorite thing I saw
that was a
Twitter-
slap.
Yeah.
He slapped him.
Yeah, he slapped the shit out of him. I think
like
my
you little
favorite
bitch. He slapped him like a little bitch.
my favorite reaction though on Twitter was Will Smith. How Will Smith gonna How Will Smith gonna let other dudes blow his wife's back out, but get mad about a joke about it? I mean, listen.
Hey, listen, it wasn't the time. Like Will wasn't fucking around here.
No.
Like he didn't come from the same. Chris didn't come from the same streets that Will came from. Apparently, like
I mean, they didn't not too far away from each other. Philly and
it was
and
in
New York.
Philadelphia. He was born and raised on a playground. Where he spent most of his days, he was chilling. He was chilling out Max. He's relaxing. He's all cool. He was out there. He was shooting some b-ball after school. Do you remember that story?
Yeah.
Then a couple guys that were up to no good. They started making trouble up in his neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got one little fight, and his mom got scared, and then now he's here punching Chris Rock.
It's like, listen, I'm from the streets, bitch. I got punked on the court once. I'm not having it again. But if you want to fuck my wife, go ahead. It's all good. We're good. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. It's a pretty stupid thing for him.
I think it was the dumbest shit.
But I think do think though, like Will's been through enough, and he didn't need fucking Chris Rock up fucking ripping on him in fucking the middle of the Oscars. Just like leave Will alone a little bit. Leave Will alone.
Leave Will alone.
Leave Will alone.
Listen,
Hey,
I love
on a
Will.
side note.
Yeah.
On the side note, have you started watching the new Bel Air at all?
No, I haven't.
We talk about this a little bit earlier when we set up the test round.
Yeah. It's pretty good, you said.
No, it's really good. Like I'm not out here like trying to put out advertisements for stuff, but the new Bel Air is really fucking good. Actually, I think it is. Like because I watched the Fresh Prince of Bel Air growing up a lot.
Yeah.
All those characters, Jeffrey and Vivian Banks and
Carlton.
Carl Banks, Carlton, or Uncle Phil. I mean,
Uncle Phil, yeah.
What's the older girl? Hillary,
hot ass
Ashley.
Hillary.
Yeah, but no, it's
Ashley.
really good. It's dramatized version of the comedy show, but
So I hear.
I mean that was like kind of a dramedy too, though. The Fresh Prince of Bel Air back in its day.
It really did touch on a lot of issues. Like I remember the one about the police brutality in the Black community. They addressed that. So like they did address some like real issues, especially issues facing the Black community. The most weirdest thing is that Will Smith want to wear the same night. Wear that the same night, so he's like double for him. So mama bitch. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, like Will Smith stole the show tonight. Whatever movie Will
see.
Smith is in that comes out next is going to be blasted.
But
dude.
I love that he like accepted.
You know what I'm saying? It's blasting.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Whatever movie he's in next.
Well,
But
I mean,
dude, Will
and
Smith is one of
he's-
my favorite fucking actors.
No, he's
Dude,
amazing. I love Will Smith. Lupita.
Everything that guy touched in the 90s was turned to fucking gold, you know?
Will had a little too
Movies.
much to drink and somehow save his ass in front of his wife. I mean, how can you? I don't know. He came from Kanye West energy. Yeah, him and Kanye are out there just like fucking laying down.
Afterwards, he's like, "Where's Taylor Swift?" Where's she
Aw.
at? No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Will Smith just comes out slapping everybody.
Oh yeah, R.I.P. Uncle Phil. Yeah, the original one, the original Shredder.
Yeah.
All right, let's watch this go down. This is what this is the just okay joke.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Look, he laughs.
He's like, ugh.
Jada just rolls her eyes, and he's just like, "What? That's a joke." And then look at him.
That was a nice one. Okay.
That was a nice one.
I'm out here.
That was.
Richard.
Look, here it goes. Here it
Richard.
goes. Richard, King Richard. Look,
Yeah.
Oh,
Ah,
wow.
ooh.
Wow.
that got him too. He
Will
didn't
Smith
expect that at all.
Then he's motherfucks him. Where's the part where he motherfucks him afterwards? Is this in here?
I don't know.
Because
I
Will
just
Smith, they
lost-
sit and they jaw back and forth a little bit afterwards.
Why is this dude? Oh, they
Oh, they're cutting it out.
they
'cause
cut
it's
it out because
censored.
it's fucking ABC. These assholes.
Yeah, he's like, yeah. He's like, don't keep it. He's I think he said, keep my wife's name out your fucking
Yeah.
mouth.
Yeah, we gotta get the uncensored version here. Uncensored. Let's
Yeah,
go.
You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, he loses. He is praying. I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't
here we
wait
go.
to see it. All right?
Look, he's laughing. She's like, "Fuck that."
I mean, you can
that was a
you can
nice
hear it in
one.
the room.
Okay.
Everybody's like,
I'm
come
out
on,
here.
Chris. It wasn't that good a joke,
Richard.
you know. They're like, oh, here comes Will. What's happening?
Oh, wow. Wow.
Look at him walk away.
Oh,
Will
did
Smith
you hear in the
has
back? You hear
smacked
somebody
the
go,
shit
"Ooh."
My wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow,
Lupita,
dude.
Lupita.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay.
He's done. Chris Rock he
That
can't
was,
fucking recover from.
Greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
And he's not wrong. That was a good save.
Okay.
That was a good save. I mean,
He's like, yeah, that's gonna be talked about.
no, yeah. the Will Smith in a Netflix original, yeah, usually says soon. Netflix original, it's on.
No,
there.
that wasn't staged.
You don't think it's staged? I don't.
No,
think
I
it
don't
was
think
staged
so at
either.
all. That
No,
was real shit.
That was real as fuck. Yeah, I mean, like you could see the
'Cause
adrenaline.
you could see Chris Rock because he's not that good an actor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Rock was legit shook there. Like he's like, wow, he couldn't recover afterwards. If it would have been staged, it would have been like more. There would have been a joke in it or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, Samo's saying in 2016, Chris Rock was roasting Jada.
oh, so there's some history probably here. I think there's something. I think there's gonna be some history come out about this. I think when Will Smith starts talking about this, because he's gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? He is gonna talk about it. He's not just gonna go into hiding about it.
I'm
better
here
talk
at
about
the Academy Awards, otherwise known as the White People's Choice Awards.
Oh, he's got
Chris
got
Rock
past
tackled
calling.
diversity head on during his opening monologue at the Oscars, delivering
Head
jokes that were both
on.
hilarious and poignant, like this one, where he called out Jada Pinkett Smith for boycotting the show.
Is she on a TV show? Jada boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited. Jada's mad her man, Will, was not nominated for concussion. I get it. Tell the truth. I get it. You get mad. She said it's not fair that Will was this good and didn't get nominated. Yeah, you're right. It's also not
probably was
fair
right.
that Will was paid $20 million for Wild Wild West, okay?
The comedian kept things mostly lighthearted, but ended on a serious note, offering his
Sorry, that
perspective
Wild
on the
West joke,
Oscars
that got me there. That was good.
Great black on black
It's not
violence.
about
Oh,
boycotting anything. It's just we
Yeah.
want opportunity.
Okay, yeah, I get that. I get that. I want to see more of him. Chris Rock.
That was actually a pretty good joke with let's be honest, like Wild Wild West was
Yeah, that was a terrible movie.
it was
awful.
terrible. Like it didn't seem like something Will Smith should have done.
Well, it was going in line with the July 4th releases. I remember that was a July 4th release. Remember he had the market cornered on July 4th, like Independence Day, Men in Black, and then that shitty ass thing. No way that was staged. The whole audience really, yeah, no, it was.
Yeah,
crazy.
I think that was legit. And then the way that he was like, he said it like he said it with his chest. Will wasn't fucking around there. He said, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth."
And you could hear his adrenaline pumping, you know, like especially in the second round when he said it the second time. It was
that second time he was like, "I'm gonna say it one more time."
and you could hear it. And then this motherfucker goes up on stage and accepts a fucking award.
Yeah, can we hear his full acceptance speech? Yeah.
Richard Williams was a fierce defender of his family.
Spin it. Spin
Yeah.
it.
In this time in my life, in this moment, I am overwhelmed by what God is calling on me to do and be in this world.
Damn.
Making this film, I got to protect Ingenue Ellis, who was one of the strongest, most delicate people I've ever met. I got to protect Sanaya and Demi, the two actresses that played Venus and Serena.
Good spin.
Yeah. And here comes the
I'm being
waterworks.
called on in my life to love people and to protect people and to be a river to my people. And I know to do what we do, you got to be able to take abuse. You got to be able to have people talk crazy about you. In this business, you got to be able to have people disrespecting you. And you got to smile and you got to pretend like that's okay. But Richard Williams, and what I loved, thank you, D.
That was Denzel Washington.
Denzel said to me a few minutes ago, he said, at your highest moment, be careful, that's when the devil comes for you.
Ooh. Ooh.
It's like, I want to be a vessel for love. I want to say thank you to Venus and Serena. I just spit. I hope they didn't see that on TV. I want to say thank you to Venus and Serena and the entire Williams family for entrusting me with your story. That's what I want to do. I want to be an ambassador of that kind of
They look uncomfortable.
love
They look
and
uncomfortable.
care and concern.
I still ain't seen his movie though.
I want to apologize to the Academy. I want
No,
to
King Richard was a badass movie. That was a really good
Oh
movie.
shit.
Yeah.
Is it on any streaming service or anything?
I think it's on HBO. Look, again,
I'm
Will
gonna watch
Smith
it now.
Will Smith is a fucking awesome. I love Will Smith. I mean, I
This
love
is
Chris
intense,
Rock too,
bro.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
actually really fucking intense. Like I didn't expect to wake up to like feeling for Will Smith this morning. You know,
I mean, like, I don't
poor
feel,
Will, poor Will Smith.
I don't
like,
feel that bad for this motherfucker because
I don't feel bad for him.
like
I think he's just trying to. Listen.
Okay. They wanted to play. They said, no, please finish your thought though.
Like, I don't know. I guess I lost it there. I was listening to the chat.
All right, we'll let it
apologize to all my fellow nominees.
So he's apologizing.
This is a beautiful moment, and I'm not crying for winning an award. It's not about winning an award for me. It's about being able to shine light on all of the people, Tim and Trevor and Zach and Sanaya and Demi and Ingenue and the entire cast and crew of King Richard and Venus and Serena, the entire Williams family. Art imitates life. I look like the crazy father, just like they said. I look like crazy father, just like they said about Richard Williams. But love will make you do crazy things. To my mother, a lot of this moment is really complicated for me, but to my mother, she didn't want to come out. She had her knitting friend. She has a knitting crew that she's in Philly watching with. Being able to love and care for my mother and my family, my wife. I'm taking up too much time. Thank you for this honor. Thank you for this moment, and thank you on behalf of Richard and Oracene, the entire Williams family. Thank you. Hope the Academy invites me back. Thank you.
You laughed. So yeah,
it's like he knew he fucked up. That was as genuine as Will Smith could have been in that moment. That was unstaged.
Yeah,
he did not know he was gonna go fucking slap a motherfucker today.
And it seems like he had to like put that into his speech as well. Y'all need to stop and realize he's a very passionate man. Jada has a disease, and Will did just get done filming a movie where he plays a very protective father. Good actors go deep. Man, fuck that excuse. I give more respect to Will Smith than ever before.
You know what I think?
Chris was way out of line. Shut the fuck. See, I just don't. I'm not on board with.
Here's the deal. There's a matriarch in the fucking Pinkett Smith house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Jada's running the fucking.
Oh yeah.
The show.
Oh yeah.
She's the queen, bro. I'm telling you that right now.
Of course. And you know, nothing against that. But it would be, you know, we don't know what their relationship is. We don't know what they went through.
He's the king. She's the queen.
And she
King Smith, and you know, but I think
she put a lot out there on Red Table Talks. And like that's when she did that whole entanglement thing with him, you know. And like we should watch that real quick because that to me was I bet I can just put entanglement and it'll just come right up. Yeah, right. All right, like, so let's just watch this. Look what
herself to the red table, and surprisingly, her husband Will Smith joined her. They talked about pain, healing, and yes, Jada's entanglement with August Alsina.
It's all love.
Recently, Alsina revealed to the world that he was involved in a relationship with Jada while she was still married. And even though statements were released denying the affair, Pinkett Smith is now reluctantly confirming that the relationship did indeed exist.
It's a situation that I consider private.
You just feel like it ain't really nobody's business. But now Black Twitter has claimed it as their business.
During the 12-minute Red Table Talk episode, Jada sat down with Will to explain how she met August 4.5 years ago. But the friendship didn't turn into something more until she and Will were ready to call it quits.
You and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided...
I was done with your ass.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Marriages have that, though. Marriages have that.
Yeah, we basically, we broke up.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, you know, I think from there, you know, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August.
Yes, we know entanglement is vague as hell, but thankfully, Will pressed her to be more clear.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship, absolutely.
We also got clarity on the misconception that Will gave August permission to sleep with his wife.
The only person that could give permission in that particular circumstance is myself.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. But what August was probably trying to communicate, because I could actually see how he would perceive it as permission, because we were separated amicably. And I think he also wanted to make it clear that he's not a homewrecker.
Now, if you're like us, you're probably wondering why August? Well, we'll let Jada explain it.
I just wanted to feel good.
Yeah.
It had been so long since I felt good. And it was really a joy to just help heal somebody.
Eventually, August broke things off and they haven't really talked since. And the Smiths claim they are now stronger than ever.
We ride together.
We die
Jada
together.
Pinkett Smith to
Bad marriage for life.
Bad marriage for life. What'd you say?
I said, man, where did he sign up for that? Like, to get Jada Pinkett Smith to heal you. Did she have to get a medical license for that?
She's like online Reiki.
It's like dating hippie chicks. You ever I'm sure you dated some hippie chicks in your day. Hippie chicks will say crazy stuff to you. They'll say crazy stuff to you like, the only reason you're mad at me is because what you see in me, you were just seeing within yourself, and it irritates you. What the fuck kind of shit is that? What is that? Was this opposite day? Is it play a fucking Uno reverse card? Like, how does that shit work?
That's what it is. It is. They're putting their bad behavior onto you. You know, they're displacing the blame. But I don't think she's necessarily displacing the blame onto him. But it's still like, this was a very public thing. This was a very public embarrassment, and like, yeah, you know, and there's all these rumors that they kind of confirmed that, you know, they were both out there doing their thing. So I don't know.
Yeah, then nobody need to know about it. It was like he said.
Yeah,
it's nobody's damn business.
It's not. How it was handled by the media. Let him have their alternative. Yeah, exactly. If they want that relationship, it's totally fine. But I just felt like this whole public thing, you know, this became a meme. You know, he's just been in
the entanglement, because it's only because she referred to it as an entanglement,
right?
And then but then eventually called it a relationship. They ironed that all out right there in the conversation. Like, what an awful life that would be to have your personal life like in the limelight like that.
Terrible.
Especially like if you're living like an alternative, you know, non you know, standard lifestyle or whatever,
which is like fucking great, but man, that's tough, man. I don't even find it that problematic. I'm not an expert on the two, but it seems they're showing is you can talk through everything, and I think that's beautiful. I agree with that. But it's still as a man, which sounds so stupid, but I understand that if he feels sort of, you know, if he feels off put. I know Reina read his book and she said that he's over all the bullshit. He's over, you know, being Mr. Nice Guy. He's over all that. He says that in the book. And so, you know, he's past all this shit. He's trying to move on. And I understand that he was trying to stand up for his wife, but I honestly think that, you know, you got... I just don't think that's how they handle it.
Spot where Chris Rock was making fun of me, I'd be like, how the fuck did I get to the part where Chris Rock is making fun of me in the Oscars?
Me too. I would be like, this is awesome. But what if he was making fun of your wife?
I think Will and Chris have known each other for years.
Right.
You know?
He's been on.
I'd like to know more about their relationship, because he was on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I sent you a video to your text message. He was on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air wants he dressed in as a woman. He comes into the thing.
Chris Rock is dressed as a woman. It's right here. Yeah, no, they you know, they definitely had a long relationship, as in, you know, whether it's friends or as coworkers or, you know, contemporaries.
Part of the same business, at least.
Same business, you know. And they're both comedians, you know, like Will's a comedic actor in his own way, and he can be funny. I've seen him do stand-up before, and he can get some laughs. And you know,
talk about the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, like that. Let's not forget that that's how Will Smith got famous. He was a musician,
right? Exactly, and that's why we're talking.
He was the Fresh Prince,
right?
Parents just don't understand.
right. Summertime, bitch.
Well, that was at post. That the early stuff was like Parents Just Don't Understand.
Yeah.
Can you play that? Can you play Parents Just Don't Understand now?
I can't. No, or else Twitch will be mad at me. But what I can play is the in between. So here's an in betweener. I know this is kind of small, guys. I wish I could blow it up, but this is in between. This is during commercial break. Will Smith was pulled aside and comforted by Denzel Washington and Tyler Perry, who motioned for him to brush it off. Will appears to wipe tears from his eyes and sits back down. And of course, he's crying and shit. Fucking, I just slapped somebody. You know, like, shut up. I'm sorry. I don't support this reaction. But here's him.
Is that Jamie Dornan, maybe?
Damn it.
Can you blow that up?
I can't get it too much. Hold on. Let me see. No, it's Twitter.
Yeah.
So here's hold on, let's start it over here. So here's these guys. This is Denzel and Tyler Perry talking to Will Smith right here. You can't hear what they're saying, but you can see that, you know, they're trying to comfort him and chill. Denzel probably told him about, you know, when success. Look, they dust off his shoulders. They dust him off. Tyler walks away. Here comes Denzel, walks him to a seat. Denzel's kind of short. And Denzel's like, all right, I'm going to sit down. And then here's his publicist comes up to him and is like, oh, my God, this is not good, Will. This is not good. But you got to sit the fuck down and chill the fuck out. I guess, so, you know, this was just a little in-betweener, you know, between right after the slap. And, yeah, you know, like, I don't know. Like, to me, it's just Denzel's kind of short. Yeah.
Well, Denzel's like kind of more on the conservative end too.
He is
like on the political spectrum.
For sure, he is. For sure, if you see him, when you see him talk,
I've heard him talk a lot, and he's very much, I think, on the as a very conservative mindset when it comes to that. Okay, so here's the real question. I want to take a poll. How many people are watching?
I have no idea.
Who would you vote for president? Will Smith or Dwayne Johnson?
Dwayne Johnson.
Would you vote Johnson, or would you not vote for Will Smith? I'd have to see. I'd have to hear their views on the matters.
So, like, we'll watch this in a second. I do want to hear what one take. But we all forget that Chris Rock made a parody movie called CB4, What She Can Make Apart, two aiming at Will Smith and Jaden Smith. Chris Rock, if you're watching, I can write the whole script in less than 4 one take your mask off.
I never saw CB4. I know what you're talking about.
I do
too. Movie Chris Rock played in, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Was he making fun of Will Smith?
I don't think so. I don't know what that is. But here, let's listen to Denzel. Because Denzel, The Rock, yeah, me too. So I don't know. Would you guys go for The Rock or for Will Smith? Let us know in the chat, please, because we gotta know. This is inquiring minds.
Would you smell what Will Smith was cooking, or would you get jiggy with The Rock?
Okay, who would you?
Did I do that backwards?
I would expect this behavior from Samuel, but not Will Smith. Mighty says Rock. So I mean, who would you go for, Jason?
I'm listen, anything Dwayne The Rock Johnson does, I'm all for it. The man is an inspiration to me. Like, to see a professional wrestler idol of mine as a kid to like grow into like the biggest fucking superstar on the planet right now.
Yeah,
literally, like, the guy is a fucking massive beast.
Yeah, man,
who works hard as fuck all the time.
Yeah. The Rock seems to be a bit more wholesome, longer fuse and all. Yeah, I think so too, Morby. I think so too. I think The Rock would be a little bit more. I think he would be a stronger representation because Will Smith has basically been neutered in public, right? Like he just totally got his balls ripped off, saucy for president. I know we have a Yoda interview coming up here, and I know Jason has to get going soon here. So when do you gotta go, buddy?
I'm pretty good right now. I got a little bit. Probably about 10-15 more minutes.
Okay.
Something.
Let's go a little bit longer, and then we'll bring in sauce. We'll bring in Yoda in a second. But I do want to kind of show what was going on. Hold on, what is this? Was Saucy an option? Of course, Saucy did.
You got me down a wormhole now. We're talking about Will Smith versus Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. 2034.
Dude, I'm here for it. I definitely think that
the ratings would be so good. The ratings would be so good. They'd be huge.
Yeah, there'd be huge ratings. So let's listen to this. I think this is where
Academy Award-winning actor Denzel Washington visited the nation's capital for the premiere of his new film, Fences. Washington is the star and director of the movie. I want to just ask you, though, about the issue of race relations, because the film touches upon that. Right now, under President Obama, over the last 8 years, in your mind, have race relations improved under his leadership?
Race relationships have to do with race relationships. You're white or whatever you are. I'm black or whatever I am. We're standing here talking now. That's how we get things done. You can't legislate love. The President of the United States can't legislate us into liking each other. We have to step forward and ask questions about each other and engage. There's no law that says, because I'm president, you all got to get along now. So it's up to us.
And there's been so many protests in America, especially during the election. Black Lives Matter movement, for example, and those issues. Has that movement in particular, the Black Lives Matter movement, helped race relations or not in America?
Well, listen, we live in America. And in America, we have the freedom to express ourselves. We shouldn't take that for granted. So whatever the movements are, whether you agree with them or don't, they have the right to express themselves. So that's one of the great things about being in this country, that you do have the right.
This isn't where he's talking. This is where he's talking. Like, he says some shit in here. Larry Elder.
This is about Denzel Washington.
And he ran for the governor of California, I believe, right? He was up against in the recall election. But the biggest question is, how much is Vince McMahon getting from the deal? I hope Rock signed that 360 contract. I hope Rock didn't sign that 360 either, Sabo. No, he's
not about his acting, which is great.
Do you think that we can truly make change as things are right now?
Well, it starts in the home. If the father's not in the home, the boy will find the father in the streets. Yeah, I saw it in my generation and every generation.
Now, right there, that's a controversial thing to say, right? Having the father in the home, that's a very controversial thing because there's this idea of single mothers can do it, in which I'm not blasting single mothers at all because single mothers are awesome.
I went down a whole wormhole on that stuff like one time, the whole single mothers, like where the use of the use of the welfare system and what it ended up promoting, like basically paying, it created a a weird it changed culture, that's for sure.
Well, I mean, when you look at the data, people, what's going on, Bon? Good to see you. I hope you're doing well, my friend. When you look at the data, and it shows, like more likely, especially young men that grow up in a home without the father, they tend to be, they tend to do worse at school. They tend to get into trouble later on in life. They tend to have, a little bit more of an adolescent. Yeah, but it's a true statement, and also the treatment of males in the eyes of the court when it comes to nurturing. No, you're right, because there is a slant towards the women especially when it comes to divorce and custody and how much people should pay. The thing is that the data backs up what he's saying. Now, there is this other narrative that, that I feel like is kind of, sacrosanct. Is that the right word? Where you can't really talk on it because you can't bash on single motherhood. And God bless the single mothers who are out there struggling and working their ass off to make sure their children are fed and taken care of. But but the numbers do show that a whole unit household the children do end up coming out a little better. So, I mean, I don't.
So I didn't know my father growing up.
Yeah.
So, going back to Will Smith on this,
sure.
A scene that always stuck with me from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was that scene where he's like talking to his dad, Lou, comes back in, and Will's going to go off with his dad and form this relationship with his father. And he's very excited. And then Lou ends up going off for some scheme or something. And Uncle Phil's like talking to him, and you should play that scene. I bet you could play that scene right now.
I might be able to do that.
I bet it's on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I bet it is too. What is it? It's Uncle Phil. Oh.
And father scene. It's right coming right up right there.
Oh yeah.
And Will father scene. Yep. Oh yeah.
Lou, if you walk out of Will's life now, don't you ever come back.
Vivian too.
Sit down.
I ain't got time for no lecture.
I said sit down, Lou.
Oh, Phil comes in with that Master Shredder voice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he is Master Shredder.
Will was doing just fine until you showed up. But now that you're back, you have responsibilities to him.
Look, we're still gonna take the trip.
Oh, bull! Bull!
Bull!
Will is not a coat that you hang in the closet, then pick it up when you're ready to wear it. His life goes on. He's not supposed to be here for you. You're supposed to be here for him.
You get off my back! You think I want this? It just happened! Now, when Will was a baby, I was scared.
Cut the crap, all right? Cut it! Because I've been there. But I didn't run out on my family. I was there every day for them, because that's what a man does.
Fine, Philip. You win. You the man. You a better man than me. You happy? Now, you gonna tell Will or not?
I'm not gonna do your dirty work for you.
Fine. I'll call him from the road.
Yeah, then why don't you do that?
Yeah, I'll do that. Daddy out!
Oh.
What's up?
Oh.
Aw, poor Will.
Will, man, I'm glad you're here. Some business came up I gotta handle. So we're gonna have to put our trip on hold. You understand?
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Just for a couple of weeks.
I understand.
Yeah. Maybe a little longer.
Yeah, whatever.
Look, I'll call you next week and we'll iron out the details. Okay?
Yeah.
It was great seeing you, son.
You too, Lou.
Samo. Slap him. Buddy.
I'm sorry, Will.
You know what? Actually, this works out better for me. The Slimmies of summer come to class wearing next to nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Will, it's all right to be angry.
Hey, why should I be mad? I'm saying at least he said goodbye this time. I just wish I hadn't wasted my money buying this stupid present.
I'm sorry. If there was something that I
Hey,
could
you know what? You ain't got to do nothing, Uncle Phil. Hey, ain't like I'm still 5 years old, Ain't like I'm gonna be sitting up every night asking my mom, when's Daddy coming home, Who needs him? Hey, he wasn't there to teach me how to shoot my first basket, but I learned, didn't I? Hey, I got pretty damn good at it too, didn't I, Uncle Phil? Got through my first date without him, right? I learned how to drive, I learned how to shave, I learned how to fight without him. I had 14 great birthdays without him. He never even sent me a damn card. The hell with him!
Oh, there it is. Keep my wife's name.
I ain't need him then, and I don't need him now.
Will.
You know what, Uncle Phil?
Does look like he's
I'm gonna get through college without him. I'm gonna get a great job without him. I'm gonna marry me a beautiful honey, and I'm having me a whole bunch of kids. I'm gonna be a better father than he ever was. And I sure as hell don't need him for that, because ain't a damn thing he could ever teach me about how to love my kids.
Damn right, son. Slap him.
How come he don't want me, man?
Aw.
I'm glad there wasn't a laugh track or like that in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh.
I agree with those. I agree with that. Oh no, that was look, Bonnie. That's not that weird. I thought. Okay, so I don't know what Bonnie saw, but I thought it was a dude who like had his hands cupped around like a ball sack.
No, it's a father. It's a father.
It's a father and holding his son. That's not that creepy, but I guess it is a little creepy. It's like, but I don't know.
I guess I know they've had to figure something out for the show.
I mean, it's great symbolism, I suppose. All right, Bonnie, thank you so much for dropping in and saying hi. It's always great to see you, my friend. I read that a lot.
Was Will Smith actually raised by a single mother?
I don't know. Will Smith raised by single mother. Boom, comes right up. Contemplated killing his father. Jeez Louise. Will Smith once to avenge his mother read excerpt. Oh, this is from his memoir. So, okay. Early in the book, Smith sets up a complicated relationship he had with his father, William Carroll Smith Sr., who his middle name's Carroll. I'm sorry, I'm not shit.
William Carroll.
I think that's so. If he's senior, is he junior? I don't know.
Yeah.
Who with his mother Carolyn Bright raised Smith and 3 siblings? Okay, hold on.
Oh, okay.
So, my father was violent, but he was also at every game, play, and recital. He was an alcoholic, but he was sober at every premiere of every one of my movies, he writes. He listened to every record. He visited every studio. The same intense perfectionism that terrorized his family put food on the table every night of my life. So he had a father who was there, but he was also an alcoholic.
Abusive drunk.
Oh, Jesus. When I was 9, I watched my father punch my mother in the side of the head so hard she collapsed. I saw her spit blood. That moment in my bedroom, that moment in that bedroom, probably more than any other moment in my life, has defined who I am. It obviously will. Obviously. Now you go slap people in their fucking heads. I'm sorry.
Dude.
It's not funny. I'm sorry. Listen,
that's a grown man slapping a grown man, though.
No, it's totally different. Like, it's totally different.
In the real world.
But I don't approve. I don't approve of what Will Smith did. That's all I'm saying. I don't approve of any violence towards anybody. Okay.
I love it, though. It's so makes for such good entertainment.
Of course. We've been talking about it for over an hour now. This is great content, son.
At first, I woke up this morning and I was like, I wasn't even going to watch it. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, here we go. I woke up and taking my morning dirk, I'm like, I'm sitting there scrolling and I'm like, oh, Will Smith really slapped him. I'm like, it's got to be staged. That was my first response before ever watching it. I was like, I ain't watching this shit. That shit's staged. It was staged. But honestly, Mike, that was the first full time I sat and watched it. I didn't want to watch it.
Wow.
I read what happened, but I was like,
Yeah, I thought Samo brought up a good point too. Yeah, I agree, Robbie. And Robbie, hi. I don't know if I said hi to you. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome. I'm glad you've been able to lurk and listen. And then Samo brought up a good point where it's clearly obvious that it's okay to bash on single fathers or any father that's in the struggle. The courts will allow that. The police, police will allow that, and public deception will allow that. So. Yeah, I mean, there is a slant. Again, there is. I do think that there is a slant, but in some cases, like Will Smith's father, he punched his mom in the side of the fucking head. I mean,
that'll fuck you up seeing that.
Yeah, that'll fuck you up, and like that.
I never ever see nothing like that. I'm very lucky in my life that I never had to like endure much, other than the standard 1980s abuse.
Yeah,
like getting my ass whooped basically for doing dumb shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I had plenty of that. My dad fucked me up, but my dad wasn't a drunk, and he wasn't. He barely drank. I was just thinking this the other day. He barely drank ever. He barely ever drank. And the time he did, he came home and drank alone. Or get out of here, People Magazine. Fuck off. So it wasn't it wasn't a terrible thing when he drank. He just got real goofy and he was just chilling. But yeah, I've never had to experience that. I mean, my dad would fuck me up, yeah, but like, 80s babies, this is how we lived. This is how we came up.
We were free range though too. Like there was no like fences in my neighborhood.
Right. Free range children, yes.
The kids just like ran the yard basically, like because the yard of the block was all opened up and everybody could just like, we just wandered from everybody's yard to yard.
Yeah.
Met up like, all right, so this guy will let us play baseball, use his yard for the baseball,
Yeah, no, I agree. I think we kind of had similar upbringings in that sense because we kind of both came up in small Midwest towns, just unsupervised and fucking. All right, Robbie.
Like, yeah, Mom, I'm not riding in the street on my bicycle. I'm just riding on the sidewalk.
Yeah, right.
And then you get to that other, like away from where your mom can see, and you just like drive in the middle of the road and go wherever the fuck in the town, like. We just like went.
Yeah, man. Yeah, there was no stopping us. There was no like. I was breaking into people's houses just to steal cigarettes. I was just being an asshole. I mean, I think I was probably a bigger asshole than you as a kid. I don't know though.
Probably. I was like the paranoid kid in the group of friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like the one where like they're doing dumb shit, breaking into cars.
Oh, I don't know, fellas.
I'm just like, why don't we just hang out and play video games, man? This is dumb. Like, why? You know what happens if we get caught, right? It sounds stupid. Why would you want to do that?
Fellas, I don't think this. I imagine you as like a little Butters. It's like, well, gee, fellas, I don't know if this is a good idea.
Gee, fellers.
Yo, the Boondock Riders right now are in the room fucking writing a furnace fire of material off this. I don't know what the Boondock Riders are. Jason, do you have to get going, my friend? How you doing?
I should probably get going.
Butters Black. All right, man.
Do you want me to play myself off?
Yeah. Let's hear a song.
Can you fade me out?
I can. I can actually fade you out. Hold on. Let me get you. Let's get you back over here. Jason's gonna do a song for us, folks, as he leaves, and then we'll get back into some music news. So. Are you gonna sing?
You want me to?
Yeah, you gotta sing the song too, please.
Oh, I have the words. Close my eyes, and only for the moment, then the moment's gone. No. Before my eyes of curiosity, dust in the wind, and all we are is dust in the wind. I'll go down an octave. Ready? Same old song. Just a drop of water in the endless sea. And all we do crumbles to the ground, though we refuse to see. And dust in the wind. You can blow me out. It's a fade out. All we are is dust in the wind. Thanks for having me, Mike.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you later. All right, Jason Tyler Black, everybody. Thank you, Jason. I'll talk to you later, brother. Love you, man. All right. Mighty, thank you for those biddies. Thank you for those biddies.